Smoothie King asks, what's that sound? That's the sound of hearts popping out of your eyes when you see Smoothie King's all-new smoothie bowls. These Power Pack beauties are just waiting to be spooned. Our smoothie bowls start with acai or pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, ripe mangoes, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. That's the sound of a smoothie bowl being made fresh, just for you. The new Smoothie Bowls menu, only at Smoothie King.
Every year, thousands of human remains are found in the United States, and in 1 of every 4 instances, authorities can't identify the body. That's starting to change. I'm Dave Killen, co-host of The Unidentifieds, a new limited series podcast from the Oregonian and Oregon Live. We go deep into several cold cases and explain the science that's helping experts give these long-forgotten people their names back. Look for The Unidentifieds after you've finished listening to this podcast. Subscribe to The Unidentifieds on Apple, Spotify, Google, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Welcome back, folks. It's Wednesday, May 17th, 2023. Born on this date in 1902, composer John Vincent of Birmingham. Let's talk about gambling, the second best city to live in, and a giant timid spider. My name's Ike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. If the current Alabama legislative session has felt different to you somehow, maybe it's because lawmakers haven't spent a lot of energy on gambling or lottery measures. They haven't spent time planning, task forcing, and drafting only to disagree over which cities would get the casinos, or to disagree over how many casinos, or to disagree over where to put the revenue. AL.com's John Sharp reports that not a single gaming-related bill has been introduced during this session that would require a constitutional amendment to legalize some form of gambling. State Representative Andy White, a Harvest Republican, has been tasked with handling gambling issues. He said that at this point, with only a few working days left in the session, he doesn't anticipate any movement. But he also said a group of House members are working on a plan that could come up in 2024. Quote, in all candor, the previous legislative efforts were driven by what best served the gaming interests and their high-paid lobbyists, but this effort is being driven solely by what will best serve the people of Alabama. The mighty have fallen, but honestly, not by much. A year ago, Huntsville, Alabama claimed the coveted top spot on the U.S. News and World Report list of the nation's best places to live. AL.com's Paul Gaddis reports that on this year's list, the Rocket City has slipped to number 2. U.S. News and World Report ranks the nation's 150 most populous metro areas, and the Huntsville area includes Madison and Athens. 4 categories are taken into consideration: quality of life, value index, job market index, and desirability index. Other than Huntsville at number 2, also making the list were Birmingham at 80th, Montgomery at 94th, and Mobile at 115th. And taking over the number 1 spot this year from Huntsville is Green Bay, Wisconsin, which was praised in the publication for its small-town feel, colleges, craft beer, and if you close your eyes, you can almost see Vince Lombardi standing in the freezing rain. Huntsville has now spent 6 straight years among the top 15 cities and 3 straight years in the top 3. We have an arachnid update. The Joro spider, if you recall, is invasive. It likes living in areas around people. Its populations have taken root in Alabama and some other southern states, and it's huge. And there has been a concern that it might outcompete other spiders. However, a study by the University of Georgia found reason to believe that these spiders are simply not very aggressive, reports AL.com's Dennis Pillion. They appear to be shy, possibly easily scared when compared to other arachnids. The way they figured this out was by taking a turkey baster and blowing air on the Joro and other species of Alabama spiders, which sounds like a pretty good way to tick something or somebody off. But during the study, the Joros just froze up, and most of them stayed that way for much longer than other spiders, even over an hour. Now, we already knew that these spiders weren't dangerous to humans. What this lack of aggressiveness means is that they're unlikely to be knocking off native species as they spread, which is good news ecologically speaking. The reason the Joros seem to be spreading rapidly is that they spin their massive webs in places other spiders won't go, such as up on power poles, and also because they reproduce at such a rapid rate. They're like the rabbits of spiders. And according to the researchers, they're probably here to stay. Thank y'all so much for listening to us. We're going to be back here again tomorrow. Until then, come on by and see us on the World Wide Web at al.com.